Well, we have completed three exams on our way to our last month of classes towards exam 4 and the final. So I just wanted to kind of touch base with you all just to, give you info, prepare you for what's coming ahead, talk about the exam. Overall, I thought we did very well for those of y'all that took it. Most of this class is still doing its work. Some of you all have kind of fallen by the wayside, but that happens. But most of y'all are doing very well. Uh, the thing remains is the final exam, you've got to pass it to pass the class. So please be conscious of that. As you're preparing for exam 4, you got logarithms, exponential equations. Make sure you understand how to do that. Be thinking about where you're going to have your final exam proctored, what you can bring with you. I've got all that stuff laid out in the proctored final exam info tab. So click on that, read that information, because if you email me asking me a question that's covered in there, I'm just going to direct you to that. So please read it. There's links provided to testing centers, so you can sign up wherever you need to sign up. If you're a BCTC student, we have several campuses, several time slots. If you're needing an evening, which I know many of you all need evenings, we do our best. I actually have signed up to proctor an evening. I think it's Monday of final exam week. If you need an evening, you may have to take it at a certain day. You may not have your liberty of times available. So just check into all your options. You can bring one sheet, front page of notes, examples, whatever you want. It can be anything. Make sure you got a calculator. Make sure that you know your password and login information. Many of us auto save things. I know I do it. And then when you get to the testing site, you forget it because it's not safe. So make sure you write it down. Be ready. Practice for the test by doing the practice final, and do it without your notes. Make up your cheat sheet or your notes, whatever you want to call it, and use it only. Don't look back at your book. Don't look back at your apps, whatever you're doing. It's not going to help you during the final. You can't take your phone in at the testing center. So there's a lot of things that are going to be different possibly from when you take your test at home. So, try to prepare yourself for the same environment you're going to be in for the final. Okay. I said this kind of stuff on my intro video, and I'm reminding you of it again. Don't procrastinate. Stay on top of your work and practice. That's the best way to be successful. I want everybody to pass the final. I would love to have one semester where I did not have to fail anybody due to a poor final exam score. It's never happened. I've had students make 90s, 95s, hundreds on tests and make a 30 on the final, and it's like, wow, how'd that happen? Okay? I have my suspicions, but I have to keep them to myself. But if you know what you're doing, that's one thing. But if you're getting help, that's another thing. So please prepare for the final so you're ready for it. All right. So anyway, that's that. Exam 4, I believe it's like April 29th, 28th, 30th, somewhere in there. And that gives you a full week to prepare for the final. Now, what some of y'all are going to do, and I know I was young once, you're going to take that week and do nothing. And then 2 hours before the final, you're going to start practicing. Somehow that doesn't sound very smart, but it's going to happen. So if I were you, I would maybe after the exam 4, take a couple of days off. That's fine. But give yourself at least 2 full days before you're going to take the final to practice. So if you encounter something you have questions about, you can email me and I'll try to help you. So that's just my suggestion. It's a free world. Do what you want, free country. You can do whatever you want, but I've been doing this long enough, and I know when I look back at the people who fail the final, oftentimes that's what they do. They wait till an hour before the final and they do the practice, or they don't even do the practice. And so I'm wondering, man, I give you a week. Why have you not practiced? Okay, math is about practicing to get better. So please take my advice. I'm here so you pass and you get the grades you want. So I'm just telling you how to do it. So I wish everybody well. If you got questions about the work, if you get stuck on something, please email me. I'll do what I can to help you. Sometimes it's hard over email, but I'll do what I can. Other than that, if you're truly doing your own work and truly doing what I say you're doing, most of y'all are doing great. On the questions that ask you to show your work, I think it's really helped because I can see maybe you missed a sign somewhere, and that makes a big difference, especially synthetic division and other things. So I'm going to make sure I have maybe more of those. I don't want to take up too much of your time because those do take time to show your work, but it is helpful for partial credit. Okay, so anyway, good luck. Month to go. We're almost home free. And so please do what you got to do to pass this final. Okay, and we'll be talking to you soon.